E3 2021 came and went, and we got a lot of great stuff shown to us. The Xbox Bethesda presentation was pretty great. Got some great games shown to us, still no sign of Fable or Elder Scrolls 6, but there's always next year. Now, one of the biggest games shown this year was, of course, Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite has been a highlight of E3 presentations for the past 4 years. Back in 2018 we got our first look with that mysterious reveal trailer. Then in 2019 we got a really awesome cinematic Discover Hope, but we were yet to see any gameplay. That was until 2020. We got a campaign gameplay demo that received, let's just say, mixed reactions. Many complained that the game looked incomplete, mainly the graphics weren't up to par with that of a next-gen title. There were pop-in errors, lack of detail in areas, it wasn't pretty. However, the gameplay looked great and it did feel like Halo. But thankfully, 343 decided to delay the game for another year to fine-tune it. That brings us to 2021 with another reveal. This time we got a short campaign cinematic, but more importantly, we got our first look at multiplayer. So, for this video, I thought I would discuss what was shown to us. I'll talk about my feelings on the state of the game, what I expect to see at launch for both campaign and multiplayer, and what I'm hoping will be added post-launch. Now, to give my initial opinions of what we saw at E3 this year, I thought it was really good. Talking about what was shown from the campaign, I feel a little disappointed that we weren't shown any actual gameplay. Instead we got 2 cutscenes just going over some story stuff. It wasn't bad, it was pretty good stuff, and the music was exceptionally amazing. It gave me goosebumps. I would have preferred some gameplay though. Maybe show an extended sequence of a firefight in a mission, or some driving, something like last year but now with all the updated visuals. Master Chief looks great, no surprise there. Switching his armor back to the way it looked in 2 and 3 is the best decision 343 have made so far. I liked this new Cortana they showed off and how she is a replacement AI for the Chief, but not a replacement for the actual Cortana. I like how she seems so artificial, like she is imitating human behavior to appear more human. Unlike the real Cortana, who is made from living tissue and is very human in how she talks and reacts. Not much more to say about the campaign as we had to see more gameplay. Multiplayer, however, we got shown quite a lot. We had a great gameplay trailer shown with several new stuff, new weapons like this weird plasma launcher thing, I didn't even know how it works yet. We got shown vehicles like the Wasp, and finally the return of the Brute Chopper, that got me hyped. Everything shown here was just superb, and it has ignited my hype for the game. This was further fanned by the Vidoc that was released not long after, with 343 talking about several aspects of the multiplayer. Needless to say, we got shown something truly great, and it looks like a true return to form and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Now, with what little we have been shown of the campaign, there's a lot of speculation on what the campaign will actually be about. Personally, I'm wondering how they're going to deal with the cliffhanger ending that was presented in Halo 5. Now, I am not a fan of Halo 5's narrative, but it's something that just can't be ignored. I'm curious to see how we get from there to Chief winding up on a partially destroyed Halo ring and now fighting with the Banished. I think it goes without saying that all I really want is a solid campaign with a good story attached to it, as well as interesting missions with a diverse sandbox. Halo 4 tried to tell a good story, but it's lost the fun of the sandbox in its level design, and it can be a chore to play through some of these missions. Halo 5 had really nothing of value with a dismal attempt at a story and no interesting levels. That great sense of freedom and fun factor that previous games achieved felt completely lost. Luckily, with what I have seen, it looks like 343 are going back to that sandbox gameplay that makes Halo feel like, well, Halo. I don't exactly know how the level structure will function in Infinite, but I'm hoping it will stick to this open world type gameplay where we can explore the ring, participate in several objectives scattered throughout the areas with big story moments taking place in exclusive areas. This could be a serious step in the right direction, and to do something new and refreshing, that would feel greatly welcome for the series. Of course, there are also little things I personally want to see during my time with the campaign, one of those being things like fighting scarabs. Bungie introduced dynamic scarab battles in Halo 3 and they were awesome. They were a spectacle that was so much fun to face and could be quite a challenge. Halo Wars 2 introduced this new awesome scarab design that I want to see used in Halo Infinite. I don't want just one mission where you fight one of these in a scripted set piece. I want them roaming around the ring, actively trying to destroy us when we get close to them. I want to feel the rush of adrenaline when I board one, take out the core and jump off as I watch the explosion in all its glory. Please add scarab battles again, I beg of you. Another thing I want to see are returning characters. Will the Arbiter make an appearance here? He was briefly in Halo 5 and he and Chief never even spoke to each other. I want to see the Arbiter make an appearance in this campaign. I want to have a mission where we fight alongside him. Bring back Fel 'Fadam. Will we see other characters like Spartan Locke and Fireteam Osiris? Will Blue Team make an appearance or be mentioned at all? What about Lasky and the Infinity? I didn't like Halo 5's story or ending as much as the next person, but I'm hoping 343 doesn't just ignore these events completely. Now, in terms of weapons, I'm hoping to see the return of quite a few. We already know there'll be several weapons returning, obviously the assault rifle, sniper, rocket launcher, all standard weapons. I'm also hoping to see the return of other weapons that haven't been shown yet. I would like to see the grenade launcher or Hydra make a return. The plasma caster from Halo 5 was a great gun and it would be nice to see it again. I'm also wondering how these new weapons will perform, like this bullpup shotgun and this weapon that looks similar to the Mauler from Halo 3. Makes me wonder if we will see the shotgun return or these two weapons acting as a variant of the shotgun. Speaking about the shotgun, if it does make a return, I'm hoping 343 redesign it to look like the Bungie era shotgun. They've already shown the barrel rifle as being redesigned to look as it did in Halo 2, along with the original rocket launcher design coming back. Hopefully we will see more weapons return and have their old designs restored. This also applies to vehicles. The Scorpion has been spotted sporting the Halo Reach model, that's a welcome return. All the Covenant vehicles are sporting the banished red colours along with the big bulky armour seen in Halo Wars 2 and it's a great look. We've seen the Brute Chopper make its long awaited return, really excited to drive that awesome vehicle again. This makes me hopeful that we see return of other vehicles, maybe the Spectre or the Prowler. Two vehicles that were only in one Halo game, but I feel like they desperately need to make a return. The Hornet is another one I would love to see, or the awesome Falcon. This may be doubtful as we are having the Wasp being used as the UNSC flying vehicle, but we never know what we will see in the campaign. Also, I want to see the return of the Elephant. Give us multiplayer maps that have the Elephant on it for objective game modes and that chaos reign once again. Speaking of multiplayer maps, that brings us to our next talking point. I want to see maps return that haven't been remade yet. Maps like Blood Gulch and Midship are constantly made for other Halo games. For good reason, they are great maps. But I want to see some of my favourite maps remade in Infinite. Give us Guardian, Sandtrap, Valhalla. Hell, I'd like to see High Ground make a return. Halo 3 in particular had a lot of great maps that haven't received the remastered love like maps from Halo CE and 2 have had. I fully expect to see old maps remade. It's what Halo does in every game since 2 and it's great. I'm also hoping to see new maps made for Infinite which will have variety and a good design. I hope there's a good mix of big and smaller maps with features that make them stand out which will help make them more memorable. I don't know how many maps the game will ship with. I assume there will be around 15 or so maps at launch, as well as some Forge made maps. I expect 343 to add more maps post game launch in future updates. When it comes to post-launch and the future of the game, I expect 343 will be following the same model they have been doing for Halo 5, and that's making everything free. New maps and content will be added in free updates so that the game will not alienate its player base, seeing as the multiplayer itself is free. The only thing that will cost money is the Battle Pass, and seeing as all the content in the pass is cosmetic, that is completely fine by me. Hopefully we get passes that bring back some good armor designs. The first pass is bringing back Reach armor, which is awesome. Future passes will most likely add different effects, visor colours and armour cosmetics specific for that season's theme, and it's getting me quite excited. This also brings me to what I would like to see added in future updates, as I expect 343 to support Infinite for a long time after launch. Number 1 on my list is playable elites. 343 has been very adamant about not letting us play as elites in multiplayer. I understand the choice, but being able to play an elite was always fun. Even if I didn't play it as much as a Spartan, the option to have it there was something I always appreciated. I don't expect elites to be playable at launch, but my hope is that 343 adds elites as playable characters later on. With all the love elites have had recently on the MCC, I hope 343 recognises that we want this feature to return in some form in the future. This brings us to the ever so controversial dual wielding. Dual wielding hasn't been a thing since Halo 3, and at this point I don't expect to see it ever make a return, even though it was an awesome feature. Broken for sure, and Bungie can never get it right, but it's still something I would love to see return one day. Now of course Forge will make its return. It's a staple of the franchise by now, and I'm looking forward to see how amazing this new Forge will be. Halo 5 had a lot of issues, but its Forge mode was the best in the series so far. I can't wait to get my hands on it and start building maps. One mode which has not been mentioned yet is Firefight. I want to see classic Firefight like it was in ODST make its return. Now, lastly, I will bring up something that may be a controversial addition, but I would like to see a Battle Royale mode added. I'm glad 343 aren't adding this mode at launch, meaning they can focus their attention on the campaign and multiplayer. It's good they aren't following trends of other games like they were with 4 and 5. That being said though, a Halo Battle Royale mode could be very fun. Imagine this, you start in a UNSC frigate flying over a Halo ring. You choose your location to land and you get dropped from an ODST drop pod. You slam to the ground, kick open the door, armed with just a pistol. There could be Covenant troops scattered around that protect powerful weapons or vehicles. You have to fight them in order to get the best gear, not just randomly find it in some building. Vehicles could change the dynamic of the mode with Scorpions and Banshees, making it more unique. I reckon it would be really fun, and I wouldn't mind seeing 343 added later on in the future. And that's really it for now. These are features that I hope get added to the game, and maybe 343 delivers on them or exceeds them and adds new things I didn't know I wanted. I'm honestly getting really excited for Infinite now, and I can't wait to see what it has in store for us. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what features you want to see in the final game down in the comments. Don't forget to drop a like and share the video, it would really help me, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.